Gio, I can't say my middle name, that's special to me. Only my real friends know who that is, what it is, Gonzalez. My current occupation and position is the starting pitcher of the Washington Nationals. As a kid, I grew up in Hialeah, Florida, born and raised, and I still stay true to my roots. If someone comes up to me and says, I'm from Hialeah, you know, that says a lot because, you know, to grow up from this area, it's a lot more work. I feel like we are the backbone of what we have to do. You know, we work twice as hard, we have to get our job done. If not, we don't get fed, so it's just a proven fact, you know. So when they do say, hey, I'm from Hialeah, I understand. Because it's something that your pride, you represent, you know, look at you, Jay, you've been doing this for a long time and you've been, listen, you know one of my friends for over 16 years. I had great friends, I had great leaders, I had great role models in my life. You know, my dad was always a big influence in my life, so was my mom. You know, my mom had to work 2 jobs. My dad had to, you know, wake up at 7 a.m. and put up billboards, even 5 a.m. and try to, you know, help out as much as he can. As a youth growing up in Hialeah, Florida, the biggest challenge for me was always trying to stay in school and being active in sports and stuff like that. It's tough, you know. The age that I got involved with baseball was around 3.5. My old man, sorry, my father, he wouldn't like to hear that. My father was always on me about baseball. The high school I attended was Hialeah High. You know, I had great, wonderful memories there. My closest friends are from there. I mean, I bled T-Breads, I bled Blues for a long, long time for Hialeah High. And, you know, being a part of that program and what we're doing now over there is just remarkable. My biggest accomplishments at Hialeah High was the friendship and the brotherhood I built with the teammates that I had and the years that I played there. You know, these guys have always been loyal to me and friends and still come around and, you know, still follow what I do in my career and my life. So, you know, a little bit of titles down there. So we're pretty excited about that. We accomplished a lot down there. And, you know, just to know what we did for the city and how we represent the city is the biggest thing to me, the biggest accomplishment I've done. The college I wanted to attend was University of Miami. I had a full ride to UM and I was ready to go. And then my scout, Pepe Ortega, I have to mention Pepe Ortega. He believed in me when times were rough in that situation, and then look where I'm at now. When I was young, it was always, you know, business. You have to go out there and you have to perform and do your job, because if not, someone else is gonna do it. And as a young man, all I wanted to do was just play in the big leagues. I was blessed enough to say that I got traded for some big names. I was part of big trades. So, you know, just to give a congratulations to Jim Thome, I was part of that trade. And look where he is, he's a Hall of Famer. So I can't get mad, you know, they knew what they were doing. You know, Freddie Garcia, you know, another guy that I was a big fan of and I still idolize as a pitcher, you know. And then you have Nick Swisher, you know, World Series champion, a guy who did a bunch of stuff. So to me, that was always a blessing to know the people I got traded for were pretty much role models, inspirations, and Hall of Famers. And then the real opportunity came when I got traded to Oakland, you know, the team that, you know, gave me my first shot in the big leagues. And the most proud jersey I have is that one there, you know, my first opportunity playing for the Oakland A's. My first season was in 2008. I got called up and, you know, I remember that story like if it was yesterday. I was in Sacramento and I just got the call, or I was being told, hey, listen, congratulations, let me be the first to say it. You're going to, Billy O was the one that told me, you're going to the big leagues. And I remember when he told me that, I was like so happy, I was so excited. But the problem with that situation was a week before that, my brother was with me in Sacramento, California, and he took my suitcase. But in my suitcase, I had my passport. Out of all the places you can go and get called up to big leagues, it was in Toronto. I remember it was a beautiful night. The dome was open. It was really cold. And, you know, it was just having fun. I was like nervous at the first pitch, and after that, I kind of settled in. But that memory was my first time in the big leagues. And my last memory with the A's was coming off a pretty good year, and the Nationals and the A's had a conversation, and I got that phone call from Billy Beane and from Mike Rizzo. And from Billy Beane saying thank you, and I told Billy thank you back. You know, I would never want to burn that bridge with Billy. He was awesome with me. And then with Mike Rizzo, he was with open arms, you know, treating me like one of his kids. So I couldn't be more happy to get traded to a fantastic organization. Through my career from Oakland to Washington, my biggest challenge is always adapting to the young youth. You know, times have changed. You know, I remember telling Pachi, you know, hey, we can do these squats. It's not a problem. Now all of a sudden, like, hey, Pachi, slow down, man. My back ain't holding up as it used to. You know, I remember speaking to one of the greats, Nomar Garcia-Parra, and I used to tell him, man, you look like you're in the best shape of your life. And he told me, man, tell that to my body. My mind says yes, but my body's not keeping up with me. And I understand it now. You know, I remember being 22 years old saying, I'm never gonna feel like this. I'm never gonna have that problem. And those were good days because I was still young and I was still doing my thing. And now I'm lucky that, you know, I have a beautiful family now. I have kids, so I have, I have a little more time for myself. The best advice I can give someone that's trying to follow in the same footsteps is be respectful, be understanding, open-minded. You know, life is gonna come at you in all different ways. It's gonna be an up and down roller coaster. Just trying to maintain it, stay on an even level. At times you can let it get away from you, and then at times you can be as focused as you can be. And that's what I meant, being in a straight line, was you have to have the right people around you. You have to be supportive on the people that wanna be supportive with you. You know, I think I saw a quote from Kevin Hart. Obviously, this is a comedian, but at times he's very truthful. Look at the circle you're in, and then it'll tell you the person you are. So that's why when I say I put the people around me and I represent where I go, because I want the people that I represent to represent me the same way. If you go out there and say, this guy's a fool and he hangs out with Gio, what do you think they're gonna think that I do? And that's what I'm trying to say. I like to put the people around me that wanna go and strive for greatness and wanna strive to give an opportunity for kids that look up to you and stuff like that. You know, you don't wanna be the guy that, well, I can't follow that guy because he doesn't lead our kids the right way. I wanna be a guy that always wants to help out the youth and the future.